1160, and good morning. Thanks so much for being with us here today on this Monday morning, January the 10th today. And, I scolded these two gentlemen. I scolded them for coming in and not having their railroad garb on like Floyd and Charlie from Petticoat Junction. But Barry Widdowson and Tom Ott with us from the Indiana County Train Collectors. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, Todd.
It's good to have you both with us here today. It's always a great day in the month of January not that it's not a great day when we see you in November or early December, but in January you come bearing gifts for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, so it's especially nice to see you both today.
And that's what we really enjoy doing, is providing that service so that the public can provide little funds for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So for folks who aren't aware of what the Indiana County Train Collectors do, Tom, maybe you could fill us in on how it is that you raise funds for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive and how people get a chance to see some real live railroad hobbyists in action.
Sure. Well, Todd, we have about 15 local Indiana area train collectors that like to come and set up their trains for the public, really trying to get the youth involved in the hobby. Mm-hmm. There's so many things with model trains, not just blowing the whistle and turning on the engines. Art is involved with building the scenery and electronics, a lot of things that has the interest of the youth in this hobby. But we usually start building the sets early October. It takes about 6 weeks to put everything together. Mm-hmm. And this is our sixth time that we've set up a public display, and we've been at the mall 4 of those years and 2 years over at IUP Museum. So this year we were back in action where we could actually have folks come in and kick the tires, if you will, inside the store. The year before, due to COVID, we just had window displays. So we enjoy doing this, and again, it's to promote the hobby and do a little fundraising for our local charities.
Yeah. And not only that, you also get the quilters involved, Barry.
We do. Mimi Green and the Indiana PA Quilters Club do an excellent job for us. They had 18 quilts on display this year.
18?
Yes.
Wow. And I know that maybe you've seen some of those quilts before, but they're at it all the time creating new ones, and probably there were some new ones there.
They do. They had 2 or 3 just special holiday-themed quilts made for us this year, and they do, like I said, a really nice job.
Yeah. So the money-raising function from this is simply by asking for donations, yes?
Yes, we put out a jug, and people just drop their money in it, and it works out very well.
Yeah.
Nope. I will say it was very nice to be able to be back with the people, being able to converse with them and talk with them about what we do and why we do it and what we enjoy about it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that a lot of it has to, especially as Tom said, when you're thinking about little kids, they see those trains, and you watch their eyes light up. They can't take their eyes off of them, can they?
We had several Thomas the Train setups. And there was one on the floor, and you'd see the little kids laying down on the floor watching Thomas. And the beaming faces and eyes, it just was right there.
Yeah, I'm guessing that it runs all age ranges, though, doesn't it? People who are even your age or my age who had trains when they were kids, and they're saying to themselves, man, I remember that.
That's usually how it gets started. You get a train set when you're a child. Mm-hmm. And some people gather to it and continue the rest of their life. Others don't, but those of us that do have a great passion for it.
Sure. All right, so you get a chance to look at everybody's sets too every year and see who brought something new or something special with them. So what were the big gems of this year's show?
Well, we had a lot of moving, like a car wash that actually operated, and McDonald's that would actually go and place an order, and the children really loved that. They could hear it speaking. An unloading dock. We had displays of post-war, pre-war, and modern trains. So it was kind of a great mix of things that we put together. The main display usually is a winter scene that looks somewhat like the country here in Indiana, the county. Mm-hmm. And people enjoy seeing that with the coal tipples and the things that we have in this area.
We also had one large display that was European trains that were made in Germany. Uh-huh. We had actually 4 trains running at one time on that one.
Now, the space that you're in at the Indiana Mall it's pretty expansive. And did you ever say to yourselves, man, there's so much coming in here that we won't be able to fit it all in.
It's getting there.
with people too, huh?
The crowds this year were exceptionally big.
Oh, yeah.
We were busy every minute that we were open.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
Terrific. Yeah. And of course, when you get in there and everybody starts setting their setup, I'm sure that you take a little glance. You're setting yours up. You take a little glance over to see what he brought and see what that other fellow over there brought, and say, oh yeah, I can see that.
Certainly fun, and each year it grows a little bit, like you say. Unique things that people bring in. This year we had a really nice display by the Marr family for Walt's Trains. We had 6 different action layouts, and it was a beautiful setup.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Walt's a collector too, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it was a nice tribute that the family did to continue putting it up and getting it ready.
Yeah. Terrific stuff.
Well, to get to the nitty gritty,
right.
we have a treasurer's check for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive for $1,282.
Wow. $1,282 from people donating for the display. Wow.
Yep.
You were up for how long? How
Actually, 5 weekends.
5 weekends. And you were able to collect this in that time.
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. Absolutely. Just fantastic. $1,282 from people who appreciate and enjoy those trains. And, of course, we appreciate so much that you think of the Teddy Bear Fund Drive for that. You know, as folks who've been around for quite some time here in Indiana County, how much the Fund Drive means to the kids of this county. And that's why you do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's just amazing that you were able to raise that much money in just those weekends. But it really does point out, doesn't it, Tom, how much people appreciate the trains.
I think they enjoy them very much, and we look forward to seeing them every year. So we'll try to keep going.
Yeah, well, terrific, absolutely. So, as you said, Tom, when you started, a reason that you do this is to attract others, especially youngsters, to the hobby. Do you think you did this year?
I think we have a few aspiring railroaders. Oh, yeah. Yes, we do. And some of them were 4 and 5 times. You saw their faces.
Oh, yeah. So moms and dads who already had the Christmas shopping done, all of a sudden they had to make another trip or place another order because there was a brand new burgeoning hobby there. But that's one of the things about it. There's your son standing right behind me there. It's not just a you thing. It's you, your kids. It can be multi-generational.
Oh yeah,
it can.
Yeah. So fathers, sons, and daughters, and mothers too.
Grandkids.
They all get involved. Grandkids, sure. Everybody enjoys the hobby, and it really is fascinating to see a well-done set, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a setup.
And it's amazing how quickly our members do put this together. And a big thank you to all of them that work so hard getting their own layouts together.
Yeah. I would guess that every once in a while somebody has a problem, there's something not working, and then everybody gathers around and does a little bit of surgery, huh?
That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
and as the 5 weeks progress, we have surgery in between.
Set up your own little MASH unit of trains and get everything back up and running. And I would guess as well that as each of you brought your favorite sets this year, that others did as well, and maybe people with multiple sets, they brought out a set or two that hadn't been out for a while, and I'm sure they tested them all at home, and then they get them out here. But for those who have made it such a passion of theirs, there's some options in terms of what they want to bring to this show or that.
It's hard to make a choice as to what you're going to do because you don't want to do the same thing every year. Mm-hmm. So you have to change a little bit every time. So it comes around. You get the thinking cap on, and then it goes.
Okay. So, Barry, what did you take this year?
What did you take this year? Well, I had 2 layouts. I had a layout was HO, and they were craftsman-built buildings, each one built out of wood. Yeah. And then I assembled the European layout.
Oh, you did the European layout.
And it was large. It was 8 by 12.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Yeah. So it was big.
That's a big one. What about you, Tom? What did you take?
Well, we had 3 displays. One was the Polar Express. The children really liked the Polar Express with the little boy coming out of the house, and Tom Hanks, conductor, going on the train. Then we did a window display of "It's a Wonderful Life." So we had "It's a Wonderful Life" train set. We actually found one. And had the village. Barry helped with the village. We had the Bedford Falls.
Bedford Falls. Yeah.
And then the third layout, we had a pre-war layout where it was all tin plate. None of the cars were plastic. Back in the 20s and 30s, they only used tin and metal to build the. And a lot of people our age can relate. Oh yeah, 1941, I came down the stairs and that was under my tree.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, it is wonderful that you did this. I know that you both enjoy it. Everybody in the club does. The Indiana County Train Collectors. We want to thank everybody in the club. We want to thank all of the folks who stopped by for your donation of $1,282 to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. We're so grateful to you all.
Thank you for having us come.
It is our pleasure. It truly is. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.